Yo guys, I know this is a little late. This was like over a week ago, but I show you now the final match of our MRC run in season, it's like season 2.5. The new season just started, and this was live streamed by the official Marvel Rivals Twitch and YouTube channel. So we're just gonna let that play and react to it. And I hope you have fun with the video. So let's go. Should be around here.
The other guy's been doing a lot of talking for me. You remember all that?
Skip, we're still in like some ad. I think it starts now though. There we are.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Marvel Rivals Championship, where we're going to be continuing in the upper bracket as we bring in two fresh and new teams. And again, we're going to have a very familiar face joining us on one side of things. We've got Qadsiah, who are going to be going up against Sainage.
Now, both these teams have performed quite well in the past.
I like how they just say plant.
Have certainly been a little more notable. You are more likely to have seen them, you're more likely to have heard of them due to an incredible run through Marvel Rivals Ignite. We're going to be heading into our first map, which will be Symbiotic Surface. However, Sainage, they should not be underestimated. They have had some pretty solid performances of their own, with some pretty solid runs even through the open qualifiers for Marvel Rivals Ignite, never quite hitting those qualifying spots. But one of their players did technically qualify for Ignite, but roster mania has caused that to be shut down, as we have Challenge for the side of Sainage was on the second place team for the Marvel Rivals Championship Season 2, which was a qualifying championship, and they were on Chemistry previously.
Well, speaking about Ignite, it definitely looked like an Ignite ban lineup, as the Mantis and the Human Torch are going to be the first to go. Kaya is known for Captain America, although he also has a very niche strategy that we saw in Symbiotic Surface all the way back at the beginning of this year, where he played the Fall. So I wonder if Qadsiah are potentially going to bring that one out to play, as Sainage are going to be able to secure Loki for both sides, and indeed there goes Captain America. He can do it all day unless he gets banned and gets put out of play.
This is EMEA, not America. Get that cap out of here. But we do still have backline protection. With the Psylocke already protected for Qadsiah, they choose to get rid of the Emma. This gives them potential to keep going aggressive themselves, with less opportunities for getting crowd controlled.
Much better for dive as well, that you don't have to worry about that Carbon Crush as well. Symbiotic Surface, a lot of the fights that go on in this map take place in cramped spaces and closed off hallways, which are perfect for Emma to get that amplified damage on her diamond kick. As we can see that Sainage are thinking about what exactly they want to use this last save slot on. Loki and Luna has already been secured. This is the premier backline. Okay. Now, what did they go for? Well, that's unfortunate. In scrims, if you miss a saver ban, you can simply write it out in match chat. In officials, you get barred out of it entirely.
We were missing both main supports, by the way.
If this was Ignite,
so I'm not so sure why we saved the Loki. Maybe Qadsiah had issues with a Loki, but we didn't have a Loki main there.
You don't also get, and you're not banning away anything your opponents would not also have banned out. But we see the Wolverine getting taken away, opening up the possibility for potentially that Groot, and of course Strange.
We missed the save.
Well, and Phoenix, after the performance in the last two games, is going to get banned away.
Yeah,
yo, why? Bro, imagine we would have saved the Phoenix.
Two things have ultimates that can combine with Ensong Inferno to be able to
holy what? That was trolling, no?
Even with a Loki and Luna up.
Alright, we go in name order.
That one is going to be removed. Qadsiah, I don't know if the last is going to be locking in that blade. We'll have to wait and see before we talk about it as we head into Symbiotic Surface.
Welcome to Clintar. Your amenities are over on the left, the point is over on the right, and it's covered in spiders.
And the spider mines are all for main and potentially outside your spawn door too. As we can have a look and see, she is going to be on that howler, just trying to get a read of whatever composition they can see against Qadsiah. Looks as well like it's going to be committed to, so we're going for an off-angle push with the howler going to be popping on up at the same time as that Doctor Strange portal goes through. The Qadsiah run away from the portal, they run directly into the howler's eyesight.
My bad, I didn't. I just got a message. I want to see that TP back.
Welcome to Clintar. Your amenities are over on the left, the point is over on the right, and it's covered in spiders.
And the spider mines are all for main and potentially outside your spawn door too. As we can have a look and see, she is going to be on that howler, just trying to get a read of whatever composition they can
Do they even show it?
against Qadsiah. Looks as well like it's going to be committed to, so we're going for an off-angle push with the howler going to be popping on up at the same time as that Doctor Strange portal goes through. The Qadsiah run away from the portal, they run directly into the howler's eyesight.
Very interesting. The Hela starts to put the pressure on. Jamboree is going to be keeping that Hela topped up so that they can just keep this pressure on. And the Hulk will be the one pushing in aggressively here for Zillis, trying to create the opening for Plant Sainage. They're going very aggro, like you mentioned. They're just trying to force positioning mistake, but caught on the rotation. Shia will get melted here by Tilt.
Yeah, Tilt catching that Hela means that Plant Sainage are now down. Not just a lot of damage potential, but also CC crowd control against that Venom, which is going to mean that Kaya can go in much more aggressive. Shield's already been forced though, gets out 84% to that Feast of the Abyss. They're lacking that Mantis. The damage boost is going to be tied to Strategist Ultimate, as Tilt doesn't need any form of damage boost right now. This Magneto is just keeping these duelists at bay.
Milkboy on this Penny. We don't see Penny very often, but they're locking it in for the best defense. Look at all the mines! Goodbye, getting absolutely
they built the fortress up there, bro.
They take them down. Jamboree is taken down as bounced the backline, bleeding up everyone here as Qadsiah are holding on essentially 0%. There's a tiny slither of point that will just trickle down to 0.
They will at least have God of Mischief up sooner. Unfortunately for them, though, the one-shot potential of this Penny defense means that they can't really get aggressive, as both the Loki and the Luna ult can be prevented early on by those mines detonating. Blast already going to be in position, this time not with the ultimate, but once again on an off angle to join Kaya as he hits into this backline and just prevent Plant Sainage from rotating cleanly. The Hela gets pressured, the Soul Drainer comes out, but so too does the regeneration domain, and that's a big Loki cooldown that Plant Sainage are not going to have access to for this next fight.
Now missing that massive sustain means the backline is now vulnerable to exactly this. Good Soul Drainer, but Kaya still able to retrieve. But Luki not so lucky though. She is finding targets. 1, 2, Lindstrom falls. Balance.
Oh, let's go.
And Sainage are starting to open up. Milkboy is trying to delay.
I was like,
alone. The mines.
Unlucky.
Oh, the mines and Spider Sweep is coming out too. It's temporarily frozen by the absolute 0, but someone does deal damage to the Penny to break it early, and Sunless and Psylocke will be able to take the Vanguard out.
That doesn't even look that bad right from the get-go.
Recontest this, and it's not in time. That's an awkward one, which means that this next fight is either going to be an absolute burn of an ultimate.
That's also huge because they just wasted their TP and probably stagger, like just lose another team fight.
Push on it, the cart keeps moving. They've abandoned the Penny. Qadsiah back to a Venom. And Doctor Strange we already mentioned. Even though the plants, they learn for them, they yearn for the mines. Ayamakamoto into the backline.
Yeah, this is looking so nice so far.
But Kaya just getting melted. Plant Sainage, the aggression, it continues.
Qadsiah, they tried. When they came through with that teleport, they knew that they'd unfortunately mistimed it. They used the Lunar ult to try and find an opening of swinging that fight in their favor for 12 seconds. Don't manage to find it, and then find themselves getting staggered out even further. Tilt now is over onto the Winter Soldier so that he can try and put more pressure onto both the Hulk and the Psylocke. The Plant Sainage have so
I'm very happy with the performance really so far. Obviously, I'm spoiled already since we I will to watch it only later on now.
But already Qadsiah Qadsiah just being pressured up on this high ground, having to stack inside the Loki clones, regeneration command and copy.
Now Ballas on the flank, taken out by
Nice pick on Ballas.
Beautiful read there. Summer's able to catch them and now pressuring up aggressively. They know everyone's up on that bridge, so they play on the point, forcing the play to come in. Kaya focused down if they can land the Soul Drainer. Could be able to know they're running into the Goddess of Death to make sure they get the maximum amount of damage. Kaya really sends them down to the ground. Bane of both worlds, keeping the teams topped up. Lindstrom is holding this together for Qadsiah. Jamboree is going to be extending their ultimate as M2K is going to be picking up in exchange.
Here comes the Feast of the Abyss. Surely Kaya's holding on to it. Dance of the Butterflies comes through, but at the same time, and that's the breaking point for Plant Sainage. Even with the God of Mischief, they're not going to be able to
held
get
that
through
good.
that one, and Qadsiah will finally be able to stop the momentum the attacking side picked up and give themselves this high ground hold. As we can see the swaps come through. Over onto the Punisher we go, so that if this dive comes out, that Venom's health bar is absolutely melted.
Ballas, the newest player for Qadsiah, formerly of the Uncles, joining up now for this season and is already showing up that last second dive, holding onto it for just the right time. And the snipe onto M2K there is giving them all the potential that they need. Now that you mentioned it, that Punisher trying to focus onto anyone who's trying to dive on in. That's such as Kaya playing up on the high ground, being very patient this time and letting the ranged players on Qadsiah continue to siege in against Plant Sainage.
Not just that, Milk Boy is also playing incredibly pushed up on that high ground, so that if the Venom or the Psylocke get pressured, they have the immediate access of that Magneto pull walk to go on through. The symbiotic tendrils activate, giving Plant Sainage a wall to recover from that dive that was attempted, as we can see that that falls all the way up.
Yeah, I don't know, it feels like we won every team fight.
The dive that's been hurting that backline.
Pressure coming on in.
Like for 2 minutes straight, and then they held us once, and now the time is already done. Like we're already in overtime. Feels so quick. Oh, this is looking good though, no? We didn't hit the mag bomb and didn't get a kill with the punch, I believe. I don't know. They didn't show. Oh my boy, Kobe. Yeah, but it wasn't a good showing.
They actually let the final judgment go through without using the Meteor M, because they can just disengage it. They drop from the high ground to the low ground. Everybody hides around the objective itself. Plant Sainage might have had the high ground, but it was only temporary, because the second the final judgment is done, up floats Milk Boy, the master of magnetism, the master of high angles, and lands that Meteor M directly onto Jambon, and that means that the Lunar is cleared off of the field. And Plant Sainage just don't have anything left. They spent so much trying to take the fight on high ground, they have nothing for when the objective moves to the fight instead.
Now let's see how the teams mix it up. Other than starting on a rocket for a little bit of armor, Maluki giving them that extra sustain. The Winter Soldier from Tilt to just try and ping away the triple Vanguard that we saw in the defense for Qadsiah has in fact been abandoned, as they prefer something a little bit more DPS for the attack.
Plant Sainage are going to continue running this Hella in anticipation of that dive coming on through. Qadsiah might actually just commit the Strange Portal so that they don't have to deal. The longer that they take to clear the Hella, the more value the Psylocke is going to get. As you can see that Plant Sainage are actually going to utilize the Strange Portal to scout the comp that Qadsiah relied on, and potentially also counter TP them too.
2, 1.
Will they fall for it? Kaya's portaling. Did they place it off to the side? It can be an intelligence check. Teams will sometimes forget to do this as they don't get counter too often through the portal. And...
Huh?
Oh my god!
What?
Local levitation is able to keep Kaya in the game.
What the fuck just happened?
Golden.
There's the counter rotation.
Bro, what was that?
Go for the map flip. Qadsiah gain control of the high
He doesn't fall through the portal?
If they want to stop Qadsiah,
And then my fucking Migo is just there without clones, without immortality, just dead.
Exactly what Qadsiah are going to punish.
What?
Into the small room, not allowing
Oh, that was crazy. That looked... Bro, I probably have to upload this as a short, bro. What?
One side of the fight.
Nice knockback. beautiful shot there with the back cannon. The casual 5 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock now for Qadsiah as Plant Sainage. I said right back to spawn, back to the drawing board. As that early strategy absolutely backfired.
Yeah, and it's not just spawn of first, it's spawn of second. So Qadsiah, look at the silhouettes, they're already on the high ground. They're already holding the position, which then really limits the impact that this Heller is going to be able to find, because you have absolutely no space to be able to play. Everybody waits for the elevator and we all pile out at the high ground, but again, we're all in one small room. We have no control of any other angle, but you do have control against the Venom. The absolute zero is going to be able to hit through, and Plant Sainage find a recovery.
It's going to be a 1-for-1 though, as Challenge also gets picked off on the other side, meaning that this is still going to be a 5 versus 5. Well, still a 5 versus 5, as both Dallas and Sunless are picked off simultaneously here. Both of the Psylocks getting taken down. Kaya getting locked down with the Troopers' fist taking out their shield. Beautiful job. Tilt able to pick off Zillis.
Oh, that pressure from the Winter Soldier too. Plant Sainage having to back up more and more in anticipation of the bionic hook. It was so close to grabbing the Magneto after that curtain had run out. Got Winter Soldier's ult too. That Kraken impact gonna be up and available. M2K gonna have to be very aware of
yeah, we're just held back so far, and we just lose the main tank. This is gonna be bad. Oh. Yeah, the attack looked really good from us for like the first half.
I just want to talk about how incredible that positioning for Qadsiah is. They positioned themselves so well.
The defense was just what it is. It was like
big advantage there was he had
a insane surprise pick, and then we just got steamrolled.
Go up to the high ground, and with the AoE of Magneto,
I actually don't know if that's the only game or if there's another.
Back around the box,
I think it's best of 3, so there should be one more map now.
That Magneto 100-0, and then they fake committing the Venom to force out the abilities, and after that it was all over. Qadsiah take game number 1.
Yeah, a dominant performance. It feels like they just disrupted any form of momentum from the side of Plant Sainage. Like, they lost that first point so incredibly quickly, and it was just one-sided from there because they never found a point of recovery. The dive, the one time that the dive was dealt with was when that freeze comes on through from Kaya, but like you said, it's traded. So even then, Qadsiah having the one-sided fight on first.
Yo, Sunless was popping, huh?
Bank if the fight went on long, they found that pick to equalize the numbers and took it to that longer sustained brawl fight, and it was something that their opponent had to respect. They had to keep backing and backing and backing for fear that Tilt would run away with the series, with a Kraken impact running away with all of the picks.
We have the highlights coming up from that incredible matchup. And like you say, if they've just run away with all the picks, then they tried to turn that.
That was such a nice offense, like such a clip.
To just try and burst on through, and they got an incredible first push, massive momentum. But then Ballas, after getting picked off a couple times in a row there by Sunless, just seemed to lock in and was finding the perfect engages, hunting down all stragglers.
This clip is insane.
Barely able to hover on the side there.
Oh, this fake. I think this is my favorite play that I've seen so far today. Kaya has Feast of the Abyss. So when that Venom swings in, they're wholly expecting it to be the wombo combo we saw on their defense, whereas Feast of the Abyss overlapped with Dance of the Butterflies, which is why we see the immediate cast of the regeneration domain before someone can get picked. And the punishment is just so immediate. Utilizing that Venom, faking, forcing the Loki into a 30-second cooldown of the regeneration domain and allowing Ballas to get into a position of just getting Dance of the Butterflies to connect onto so many players because the objective was so close to the end point that it forced the hand in terms of the positioning. It was just chef's kiss.
And chef's kiss really comes down to what we saw from Qadsiah when they are at their peak. But been a little bit since they've been rolling out here, especially against some of the top level teams. We saw a couple times where Plant Sainage were able to take it. The question is, can they exploit any of those openings in map number 2? We'll be finding out after this 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere, as we will see if the Plants can grow into an upper bracket team.
Alright, I think we're gonna skip the break now. In a second. I'm getting message the whole time. I have to look at something right now. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let's go. Should be right there.
Eddie?
Gonna grab something to drink real quick.
Our upper bracket continues to shape up as Qadsiah are taking our first map off of Plant Sainage. The question is, can they continue our streaks of 2-0s throughout today, or will Plant Sainage, who showed some moments of brilliance, be able to put down roots and establish themselves in this series, take us to a map 3?
Yeah, I feel like Plant Sainage, they got griefed by just that immediate pick onto that Loki, and then it bled into the momentum that they had available on second, because they never really got to just win one fight determinately and establish themselves on high ground the way that Qadsiah did on their defense. Because remember, Qadsiah, they lost that first. They tried to teleport recontest, they missed time to teleport recontest, and then they lost full control of the first half of second. It took them a very long time and a lot of ultimates being comboed into one fight that they were able to bring momentum back into that side. So this definitely could go either way still. As we head into Burnin, T'Challa, and Plant Sainage instantly removing Kaya's Captain America, Qadsiah removing the Human Torch. We should repeat yet again, these are going to be mirror bans. So both of these teams are going to lose access to those heroes, and both of these teams are going to have access to the Psylocke.
Not the first time we see the Chris Evans opening, and won't be the last, I expect, as well. Phoenix and Psylocke protected, two of the big DPS from the last round as well, but this time, Venom taken out. Kaya is targeted. Now, how will Qadsiah respond? If Venom's out the board, and so is Captain America, dive becomes a little bit harder. You still have potentially Hulk. They're going to choose Magneto to be taken away.
Well, it weakens as well. If you remove the Venom, then you can't go for the fake-out shenanigans of forcing regeneration domain, nor can Qadsiah combine Dance of the Butterflies and Feast of the Abyss to be able to break through the strategist heal duration of some of those heal per second ultimates. As Qadsiah going to be saving that Luna, so the Psylocke's still going to have value to it, because we're going to have the Idol Aura replied. Something to note is that Emma has not seen a ban nor a save. So we do still have the projection up for the Psylocke as well as Plant Sainage. Now that's a very interesting move. Saving the Hela into the Psylocke. So we're going to be seeing a fight between those two duelists for lane control.
Going back to Season 0, where these two were the dominant picks along with Winter Soldier, as Hela and Phoenix both on board, two hit scan characters that fill similar roles, but with very key differences. Hela being a big focus on quick blow-ups on single targets, land those headshots, get those pickups. Whereas Phoenix is going to be rewarded by going against large groups of enemies. While you can still land those quick pickups, a lot of it will come from advantages where there might be Lokis or other characters grouped together. There won't be Lokis though, as it's banned.
Yeah, Loki getting removed is really good news for both of these Psylocke players, because it means that you don't have to worry about doppelgangers being able to bait out Dance with the Butterfly dashes, nor do you have to worry about regeneration domain. And I'm not worrying about tilts on this blade. We've learned our lesson. We're gonna wait until it's locked in to talk about it as we head in to Burnin T'Challa.
What is this? Translate page? Why?
It's so strange to be back.
We're heading in. We're starting off with a little bit of really min-maxing for Qadsiah, as they have opened up with the Rocket Network Spider Net order to give everyone 50 bonus health as opposed to 25. We are on Burnin T'Challa, by the way, instead of Asgard. We are in the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda.
Yeah, Milk Boy is going to be off of that penny over towards the Emma for the
Let's go.
Psylocke, as it is going to be somewhat of a mirror, with the only
One
difference
kidnap
being
play
on the Doctor Strange, and Plant Sainage running that grid. Qadsiah with the portal will already be able to position themselves up onto this high ground, which now gives them a bird's eye angle to clutch Plant Sainage.
They're on point a little. They set up a little better on point.
Fortify their position on the point itself.
Qadsiah Alcatia not only high ground, but also on their opponent's side of the map to really try and split them up, to isolate them, and Group's not getting set up at all, heading home. Milk Boy.
Looked like we can make it there for a second.
Power to push on through. Jambon not going to be getting away. They're just trying to heal each other, keep themselves up until the rest of the team can respawn. But instead, Sainage really just end up staggering themselves.
I was going to say, there you don't want to go for the patty cake of the strategist.
And the
because
group
the
just
longer
exploded.
you live, the longer your team has to wait to take this next fight, and the more point percentage Qadsiah are going to be able to accrue. It's going to be a fight for high ground right now, but that terror cape from Lin
Supports were probably looking at something else in the second.
Qadsiah to start removing themselves from this fight, as it's going to be into a group, and they don't want to have one of their vanguards split from the back line.
Pushing on, Taya, pressuring in, gets one pick up right away. In the meantime, Balance to stop the flight, going into the duel here, nearly gets picked off, but still is able to take the 1v1 right at the end that is topped up by their strategist. Qadsiah, dominant control, second.
Yeah, I think this is
just as many minutes.
This is tougher, like even harder to play.
They're playing the pendulum swing of these fights perfectly. Play up with things like your terror cape to force Sainage into being more aggressive and burning their cooldowns. Wait for the Groot walls to be up. Kite out of the fight, burn the Groot walls, and then re-aggress back in when your vanguards don't have to worry about being split off from the rest of this team. You still don't even have to worry about a Strangling's Prison coming on through. It's going to be Dance of the Butterflies from Blast starting things off first, and that's going to be Qadsiah just moving off of the space that Salak was able to provide all of that damage. Salak might not find the picks herself, but with the team's help, that's going to be a fight win as Sainage have to try and answer back with a Dance of the Butterflies of their own. And Qadsiah, oh, hold on a minute. Double strategist ultimates at the same time.
Not ideal. This could be the opportunity for Qadsiah.
Not ideal.
Pick up, they find
Nice pick by Shia. But yeah, they just have huge ults again.
And even though Qadsiah staggered their ultimates, they still hold control. And it's almost over. Sunland's going to have to portal in, otherwise this double ultimate's not.
Wait, wasn't Tilt playing Mag for them?
Yeah,
or the
Sonic Seduction. Sainage might have had the better of the
or they played
strategist
triple
ults,
tank?
but they couldn't use them. Out comes the strange portal with that dance fate of both worlds, trying to stall things out. Qadsiah just waiting though. Kaya with that Eye of Agamotto is going to be able to land it onto the entire team without having to worry about CC immunity nor the Luna being able to heal everybody from the after effects of it. Sainage were able to find the flip, but this Eye of Agamotto is the thing we have to watch out for. But if they're looking at the strange, they're not looking at the Phoenix until finds the end song Inferno to end the fight. And it looks like Qadsiah are just going to let Sainage.
Are they fighting back though? Maybe we win this fight? It's
very nearly turned that round.
No sustain left.
Reclaimed. Overtime's ticking down. Challenge. Not going to be able to get them back in time. That is going to be round 1 of map number 2. Going over to Qadsiah. And they've managed to build some strategist ultimates in the meantime, as once again it's domination. The ultimate charge will carry over. Yeah,
Qadsiah are just so good at using ults to put their opponent in a really rough position, because everyone's looking at the Doctor Strange, especially the Emma, right? You have to utilize Carbon Crush and Diamond Form to stop an Eye of Agamotto coming through, especially because they burnt the strategist ultimates just going through the portal alone without Qadsiah having an ultimate up to pull from them. So everyone's looking at the Strange, and Tilt gets an Endsong Inferno off with nothing that Sainage can really do to prevent it. Like you said, now we're going to be going into this next round. Qadsiah still have ultimates to be able to play with, and Sainage have absolutely none.
They have no ultimates at all. 56% is the closest, and that is going to be Sunless 59, sorry, for M2K. Whereas Qadsiah, they not only have Eye of Agamotto, which Kaya was able to hold on to throughout that entire fight, they also have their own Dance of the Butterfly, and they're just about to have the fate of both worlds. This is so Qadsiah heavy leading that this might be an early pickup as well, and this might just be tilting, trying to get the trap. Hulk dropped low, but
yeah, Challenge stopped all the TP plays and now only
yeah, the Hulk
they do it.
Out in anticipation of something like that strange TP, so that everyone can stack up and all
yeah,
get
they are
the
cooking
Bravo
right now.
shield. but it is not to be. There is a trade. They managed to catch
Nice
us
pick,
on that
Sunless.
Psylocke, so no Dance of the Butterflies. However, no first cap for Plant Signage, and that means that Qadsiah
Can
are
we not say
already
plant,
going to be
please?
in position.
Question
They're
mark?
going to have to clear the angles. They don't know where the Strange is going to be. They don't
Plant?
know where the Cloak and Dagger nor the Emma is going to be.
Industry
And it's going to
plant?
take a very
Question mark?
long time to establish that, which means more point percentage and no opportunity for them to build up their ultimate economy.
It's a planet.
Build up some of their ultimates on their own, though, as they are.
That is getting
Quite a few shots here. Kyle is set up, trying to
shut
climb
down at the
wall.
moment.
And the Eye of Agamotto, sorry.
But there we go.
Instead being sent back to spawn as here comes the end target. Huge
Oh.
setup coming in as Qadsiah once again are able to burst through
Well,
multiple members.
I was about to say, we should win this fight, right?
Zillis was able to sneak into the back line with M2K, but this is just once again going to create even more staggers. They should really just let him stay for a bit to maximize the amount of time that Hulk is off the board from outside.
The cap had
Oh,
gone
you're right,
for
you're right,
the
the
other
Hobie,
team.
you're correct.
The longer that they staggered, the less percentage that they get.
Correct, my
As
apologies.
Qadsiah, they did burn 3 ultimates though. Both the Luna and the Psylocke and the Phoenix were all utilized in that one fight. So Plant Signage do have the upper hand when it comes to their ultimates right now. However, Kaya goes and prove the Eye of Agamotto. Jambon will be able to dodge out of it, but the Luna healing provided
Unlucky, bro.
is not enough to keep the people up after that Maelstrom of Madness follows on through. No damage fall off. It does so much, even to the people far away. And oh, that feels like a little bit of a
What was that? No.
Sorry, but they are instead being sent back to spawn as here comes the end target. Huge setup.
Okay, this was-
Qadsiah once again are able to burst through multiple members.
and the Phoenix.
Again, going to create even more staggers. They should really just let him stay for a bit. To
Oh, I think I just scuffed it. I wanted to see that again. That was insane. Oh, here we go.
Damage fall off. It does so much, even to the people far away. And oh, feels like a little bit of a
He's just AFKing and then ulting, bro. What?
Psionic seduction.
It might have been, but it did end up being
Nah.
a pickup, as once again the Phoenix will land the final hit. 74% already. Hulk waiting.
Yeah, they gave up.
They can make their way out together.
That's
has that
that's
monster
good.
Hulk. This will
That's
allow them
crazy.
to play very
I didn't see that
recklessly
so far.
to try and create an opening by diving into the back line. Lands the radio.
Oh no, they actually play. They're going in.
Put some pressure onto the Lunar Snow Side of seduction from Milk Boys over the rest of the team, but they get.
But we just trolled the Emma ult. We just threw it away. So probably missing here. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, and it's going to be combined
Oh, nice,
with
nice.
all of that damage from Solar.
We are winning the fight, guys. Let's go.
Comes out, but it's not an Qadsiah's end. Blast got picked before he
Reverse
could follow
sweep,
up with
ladies and
kill.
gentlemen?
And that is going
Question
to
mark?
finally be the flip that Plant Signage were looking for. They now control these spaces. They have to be so wary though. Qadsiah do have access to that strange portal. They're also going to have the Dance of the Butterfly, so it's so imperative for M2K to build up that eternal bond before Qadsiah can take a fight, which means they have to take a little bit of poke and prevent their opponent from walking forward and taking a spark quickly.
Successfully able to do so though. M2K able to build up. Sunless very near to getting dropped, but will get sustained. That's a butterfly from above. Do they drop the ultimate for the sustain or do they run out the Dagger Storm? They Dagger Storm to open, and now the Eternal Bond for the turnaround onto Thanos. As now Qadsiah with the fate of both worlds, they've already committed to this, so they're going to try and push on in. Lindstrom dropped low, but it healed up quickly. Maluki in position, Eye of Agamotto to try and hold the point. And it's a massive blow up onto Shia to even the score. Pushing on, trying to take out Sunless, who retreats to the backline as the point is still held by Plant Signage, but still is unanswered.
Now we're losing it. Yeah. We didn't get the upper hand in that fight.
Yeah, the End Song Inferno is on the board, but I don't think Qadsiah need it right now to end this round. They're gonna be
But, like,
pick the Hulk.
it's fine. This was our top 16 match. Like, we will finish top 32 in MRC. Actually, the NA roster got top 16, which is a nice side note.
But yeah,
But yeah, overall I'm very satisfied.
Nice Lee.
Also,
Continue their journey through
this was like an older roster that was still in the MRC faction. In the meantime, the new roster actually got top 5 to 8 in the Ignite quals this season, so also very nice. Maybe we'll follow up with a video about that. But yeah, for now I'm very happy for those guys. I wish them good luck on the new teams as well. Good performance, almost top 16.
Yeah, unfortunately for Qadsiah, they have to do so much every single time they try to play into those retake situations. They had to clear the Doctor Strange, they had to clear the Psylocke, they had to clear the Emma, they had to protect their backline. And we saw, you know, the Hulk come through and again have to go between helping out with a dive to set up for...
Yeah, and again, we missed both main supports, like, that were supposed to play originally.
Damage on their end, but also sometimes...
And I truly believe with the full main roster playing together for like a few more days, they would have absolutely be able to win this.
Being called back to peel for the backline, which then impacted and took away the momentum and space that their team could have to be able to play into it.
We have the highlights from that last series to have a look at some of those highlights, to look at the space that Qadsiah were able to claim back from Plant Sainage repeatedly, including that early portal to the high ground. You talked about it, they got such good zone potential that Group just tried to step onto the point, got deleted just for trying to set up. Shia put in so much effort getting AoE for their team, but they were targeted for a good reason. They went down 10 times that game, and it's not really their own fault. They were just picked as this is the one who can turn the game on its head. We're just going to make sure that this person goes down first, and it was just beautifully executed by Qadsiah.
Yeah, Qadsiah again, just having that better ultimate economy coming into that last fight too. We saw the min-max of the Hulk jumping in to give everyone the bubble against Balesta's Dance of the Butterflies. Then they use the Dagger Storm, and only after the Dagger Storm and those players' health bars start going a little bit too low does the Eternal Dash come through, because they have to try and stretch that one ultimate to deal not just with the Psylocke, but with everything else that Qadsiah are going to have to play with. But unfortunately, that is going to be that matchup done, and we throw to another break before we get ready to jump into yet another game of MRC.
Alright. So, thank you for watching. Again, very satisfied how the season went in general. And yeah, I think I wanted to say something, but I forgot what it was, so I'll just end the video here. Yeah, maybe check the comments if there was something else I wanted to say. I think I wanted to say that Qadsiah, if you don't know, Qadsiah is like one of the top Ignite teams, or was last season. So, of course, I believe we would have been able, with a proper roster that plays together for more than a few days, be able to beat it. Because I think they didn't look as strong this season, but yeah. Thank you for watching, and we will see how next season goes. We are very locked in. We are working overtime to even top the top 32, top 16 spots in MRC. And we will do everything possible to actually qual for in the next season for the Ignite, like the next time it is possible. So yeah, have a good day.